Welcome, everyone, to At the Bar With podcast. Tonight's special guest is Allie Gray. Allie?
Thanks for cheering, Gene.
I'm pretty sure you probably had a hell of a drive in. How did it go?
Maybe one of my worst of 2026 for sure. Maybe even 2025. It's pretty snowy out there. And because it's later in the season, no salt or nobody's out there yet taking care of us. But it's fine. Listen, like I text you, a gig's a gig. I don't cancel anything.
So
and I was out
paved
there.
the way for all the other losers on the road.
Yeah.
And I went out there and I shoveled at least a little bit. So
you did? You could?
little bit.
Okay, well.
So
that's
my
fine.
birthday is in January, so there
It's
was
slippery
many a birthday that we were snowed in, but we actually got the old, like the 1973 Pontiac Bonneville, they're just tanks, and we just plow right through our driveway. We went to Shakey's Pizza, and there's nobody there, but they were open. But yeah, I had lots of snowed in birthdays.
When was your birthday, you said?
January 23rd.
Oh, yeah, that's tough.
Shakey's on Central?
What's that?
Shakey's on Central?
No, there used to be one on Highway 12 back before it was 394.
Oh, yep.
Oh, okay.
I lived over there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best back. The Shakey's Pizza was the best when I was a kid.
Wasn't there one in Roseville?
There was a one in Roseville.
Yeah.
That one turned into Pizza Hut.
Yep.
And then they tore it down, and now there's some other Pizza Hut like in the same building, and it was in the building that I did karate at for many, many years.
He karate chopped the pizza in slices.
Yeah.
Into slices.
The Shakey's Pizza was actually founded in Sacramento in like 1950 something, and it's still here. And
It's still there?
Gone.
Do they still have the pianos? Do they have the pianos in all of them?
I don't know.
The
They probably have the
piano?
piano. Remember the
You
foam
I
hats,
forgot
the
about that.
styrofoam hats and stuff?
Yeah, but wasn't that Farrell's though? They had the
I don't remember
hats, and then they looked like the barbers, and they sang "Happy Birthday," and they had like the 3-alarm, and you got like that big, huge sundae that was bigger than a human body.
I do remember ice cream of something at Shakey's, but I can't remember if it was a milkshake. I feel like Shakey's had some sort of ice cream dessert.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you remember?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It came in
Chocolate chip shake or something?
Yeah,
I
it was
can't remember.
like some big, huge,
Oh, like a Lollapalooza?
Yeah, one of those things. Yeah. I think that was
Bridgman?
Farrell's, but Bridgman's had
I
one.
know.
They all had
That's
something.
fine.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. Speaking of desserts, what are you drinking?
My favorite is a margarita. So if you could, can you do that?
We can do
Yes,
I
you
think
can.
we can do that. Yes.
Who's going to have one with me though?
I'm going to have one with you.
Yay.
Stacy's going to have one. Gene, who's not on camera tonight, but Gene is going to have one. Yes.
Let me think about that. Yes.
Good.
And Patrick, is this going to be one of those drinking nights for you? Or are you going to have a cocktail, or are you going to drink one of those?
Ooh, what's it?
Those
7-Up.
7. Oh, come on.
It's
Zero
very
sugar.
delicious, but I use it to wash down this.
Yeah.
Oh, something
I'm
brown.
kind of a bourbon snob
Okay.
lately. I
Yeah.
found this.
Jim Beam
This is my
Black.
new favorite.
Yeah.
It's very delicious.
Oh,
Like,
I
Yes.
bet.
it's like
Anything
drinking
brown.
melted caramel. It's so good.
Oh, I don't know.
Why
So
do you
it's
even
dangerous.
pour it in a glass?
Yeah, I
Drink it from the
just grab
bottle.
the bottle. Oh,
I'm
Right.
classy.
So, well,
Put a nipple on it.
He does that in his spare time.
all right. So,
Show me.
I haven't talked to you, Allie, in many, many, many years, and
Yeah, I was
reached
going
out
to
to
say,
you.
Allie, what's a talented dish like you doing in Brett's basement?
I
How do you know this
I've
character?
never been called a dish before, but I really enjoyed it just now.
Okay, yeah, talented dish.
I did hear the talented part. Thank you.
I did some research, but yeah, how do you know Brett?
Well, I think we met at the Renaissance Festival,
Yep.
right? That's where we worked together.
Yeah, we worked together at the Renaissance Festival,
Right.
and Allie's mother,
Yes.
Yeah.
of all people, is an incredibly talented artist.
Oh, that's so nice.
Incredibly
She is.
talented.
Yeah.
In fact,
Aw.
Gene here has something to show you.
No, I can't. I might cry. Stop it. Oh my gosh, you guys.
So,
That you still have that?
yes, we still have this for the folks that see it.
What is it?
This is actually Nemo, the correct Nemo, because it's a clownfish, and it is.
That's amazing.
This is our Nemo.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah, Gene got this probably 25 years ago.
Gene. mean,
So yeah,
my mom doesn't, she can't do it anymore, you know? I mean, she probably, I shouldn't say that because she probably could, but she hasn't done that for years. She's 81 years old.
Well,
now.
before you leave, you should take a picture of it and send it to her.
I will.
Yeah.
I will, because
It's
she
an
will
original
be.
piece of art.
It really is.
and
It
it
is.
is phenomenal.
You're
And
so sweet. You guys are amazing. That just made my whole night. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, that's how we met. And you worked at the Stocks.
I worked at the Stocks and I made fun of people. And
Yes, you did. I used to go watch you do it because you're pretty good at it. Now you have a podcast.
I've been known to give a person or two a little bit of shit.
Yeah, some zingers.
he was known to wear a kilt with a G-string.
Yeah, I wore
forgot about the
Well,
kilt.
yeah, I wore the kilt and I had to wear a G-string because I had ladies coming up and yanking my kilt off, basically.
So he had to show his butt cheeks.
So I would wear a
No
G-string
way.
and pull it up to like, I'm not wearing nothing. Yes, I am.
I don't think you could do that nowadays.
Oh, God, no, no.
The
not
guy
nowadays.
could, but the girls couldn't.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be okay.
Yeah.
Right?
When you smuggling a squirrel in your underpants down there, Brett?
Are you still friends with any of those Stocks guys?
I still get in touch over Facebook. There's a few
Okay.
people, but Haltman McKenna.
Yes. Holt.
And Haltman, of course, was the and he had when he was
Wasn't he
working.
the pickle guy?
Yeah, he was a pickle guy.
Okay.
And I think we talked about this last podcast, but he would have the spiel where he's like, only at the Renaissance Festival where you will see a Native American Eskimo wearing a Scottish kilt serving Jewish food.
Ellie,
Very Renaissance
what did you do
Festival.
with the?
Well, my mom, like they said, my mom was a painter. She was an artist. And so she owned, back then, I don't know if they still do that, but you would own a building.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think maybe it was rented, but they was it owned, Brett? I think she owned it.
Yeah, you have to own it. You
She
know.
owned it.
Yeah.
But for years. So I think I was 14 when she purchased it. And it was in my mid 20s, later 20s when she sold it. But it was my summer job when I worked there for her. And I'd sell her artwork in her
So I
store.
probably crossed paths with you at
For sure you did.
Oh yeah,
sometime,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And we'd still have to dress up working there, but we weren't part of the acting. Like Brett was part of the acting crew. There was probably called talent, but I was just hired by my mom to be there.
Sure.
But I mean, by design, I was very into theater and stuff like that. So I loved working there.
Yep.
Super fun.
A little
Brett,
shaky.
Brett roped me into
Shaky.
working a summer out there with him at the
Really?
Stops. So yeah.
No way.
I liked it, but I was like, there were some nights because I would party on Saturday nights, and I think I called him at 6 a.m. and we'd have to be out there at like 8, and I'm like, dude, I'm just getting home from last night. And he's like, oh, buck up, I'll be there in a half hour. I'll get you some Burger King and a coffee. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, then I was just
That's how
always
you had to
hungover
do
on
it.
Sunday mornings out there.
You
Yeah.
didn't rim it, Brett.
A floater, my favorite. Now we're
Some
talking.
grandma.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, we're talking about a floater in the margarita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the toilet.
So,
Goodness.
you know.
I know.
No potty talk.
I know. There's
I'm fine with anything else.
Well,
I know. Exactly. Thank you.
like Stacy said, it's my favorite subject.
Oh, jeez. It's like, why?
Because
We did a show once, and it just turned into a lot of poo talk, and
Okay.
Stacy got legit, visibly shaken.
Not
by it.
tonight, okay? Can you put a cork in that one?
yeah.
No
Don't
pun
say that.
intended.
Yeah.
Jeez, opening the
Literally.
doors.
Don't open doors.
Don't open doors.
There's
No
rabbit holes everywhere.
No
Don't
bathroom
plug
doors.
Jean's going to come up and get hers,
We'll
and then
flush
I'll
that
make-
idea.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, we called that the Thanksgiving Day crappy Thanksgiving Day special, with an
that's
emphasis on crappy.
Uh-huh. Okay. We're moving on, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, we are.
But those days in the Renaissance Festival were so fun, I thought. Did you? Do you like
I
Do you like those
absolutely
memories?
love those days.
Oh, should I wait?
Yeah.
Nope. It's
Feels
time. You
rude.
need to taste it.
Go, taste it.
You have to give the approval.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, did
Yeah.
your
Drum
mom
roll.
paint there?
No, oh, that's amazing.
And that.
Ooh.
What happens when you want two?
You
Oh,
get to.
Well,
there's-
see?
there's-
Does that
You'll
ever
get to.
happen?
Oh, it happens.
There's going to be
It'll
two.
happen.
You know what's
anyway.
great is the
I'm a
roads are
margarita
shitty, so
professional.
if you're sliding all over, no one's gonna know.
Right.
You're not gonna get
Oh,
pulled
no.
over.
Oh my gosh, that's
She's not going to
genius.
get home. Shut up.
You're right. I won't.
Brett's going
We're
to drive
condoning
her
drinking and
home.
driving.
Yeah.
Come on.
Anyway, she didn't paint live at
Oh,
the
okay.
place. She's just sold her artwork there. But I would sell it, but then what I mostly did, because I was a teenager, I just walked around and I watched the stocks and then Vegetable Justice.
Yes.
Because that was the deal. They just slung insults at people and it was my favorite
I know.
thing to watch.
Hey, little girl, I got a puppy in my
Oh.
van. You want to come see it?
Right.
I could still hear the tomato smacking the dude in the face. It's just like
It was
so fulfilling when he finally got one to the face.
And I remember, I think,
my God.
I think we brought you
Yes.
over to Tomato Justice, and they were like going, they're like, "Ooh, who's that?"
Yeah.
Well,
Ooh.
I got,
and we're like going,
I just remembered.
It's my
So
sister.
one of
Leave
the
her
guys,
alone.
remember they had their faces painted?
Yeah.
This is a true story. And one of them, I guess when he brought me over there, he must have asked me on a date. And I said, sure. And I thought he looked handsome in his painted face. And then he showed up. And everything changed. Yeah.
"Wah, wah, wah."
Can you please
Like
go
the
on?
Seinfeld episode where the
It
girl looks
was-
different in
It
the
was
lighting.
unbelievable.
So he looked better with makeup on?
Yes.
That happened to me in Germany.
Same with Mike the Mime, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Well, and it's funny because you're out there, you're in costume, and you
Yeah.
big hat on, and they take the hat on. All of a sudden, they got like the the Patrick Stewart hairdo where it's all bald on top. It's
Yes,
like,
that-
put that hat back on.
It was a time.
But yeah,
I always thought Ace Frehley was going to be a good-looking guy, but that didn't turn out.
no, my God.
Exactly. The same.
He aged horribly.
Without the makeup, I thought he looked handsome. I completely agree. All right.
Well, yeah, that's
So, did you ever see Puke and Snot there?
Of course.
So my buddy's the new Snot.
No
Yeah,
way.
Scott Jorgensen, yeah. So
Oh,
we're trying to
really?
get him on the podcast. He said he'd come on and
yeah.
maybe.
He should.
Yeah.
Didn't you think, Brett, they were known to make the most money out there. They were the stars.
Yeah, Puke and Snot were
Yeah.
the stars.
Yeah.
They made a lot of money.
They did. Bigger
And-
than the king and queen royalty.
Well, and when they put the hats out, and for people that didn't know, they would the Renaissance Festival would take a cut of their hat, and the hat meant they would take their hats out and they'd pass it around, just like back in church when people were handing money in the little bowl. That's the
Right.
whole thing. So the Renaissance Festival would take a cut, and then they got paid, X amount of dollars. I think $5 or $10 to go in and see him. And then if you like the show, you give them a little extra money, and then they would kind of give back to the Renaissance Festival. But they were making like a lot of money over the season.
yeah.
A lot of money. It almost like with the state fair, when
Correct.
the vendors there are
Yep.
just they make so much
Yes.
money
You're right.
with that stuff. So
You're exactly right. They made lots.
I hate to change the subject.
That's
but I don't
okay.
think there's any fucking tequila in my margarita.
Really? Mine tastes.
there's a lot because I dumped
Really?
a lot in. Yep.
Jean, I like your style though. She wants a little splash on top.
Do you want a little splash?
I need to taste it.
Oh gosh, you really
Yeah.
don't.
This is scary because I make the mix myself, and there's a certain way that I
This
do
is
it.
so good though. By the way,
And
I'm glad you like it, Allie.
Gene, there's a
What?
12-step program out there.
Shut
and
the
I know
fuck
people
up.
that can help you.
Jean, she's like,
bring
get
bring
it,
it bring
though.
yours up,
She's
and I'll
the lady
put a little
of the
drink in
house.
there.
She should like her cocktail the most.
And you know
First
what?
step is
I've
admitting
been
you have a
married to
problem.
Brett for almost 29 years,
Oh my gosh.
and he has yet I think he's made me make 3 cocktails for me the whole entire
Because
time.
you drink the wine out of the box out of the refrigerator.
You guys
Yeah,
have
because
this,
that's what I like.
yeah, that's
you guys have this
that's what
beautiful
I-
bar. Why
That's
don't
what I
you?
like.
Yeah,
You should have a date night once a week. You guys come down here and you have
their own
cocktails.
podcast.
Yeah, or just turn on some music and
All right.
We can go on
I just saved your marriage.
Yeah.
You guys should do a Brett
There's
a
bunch in
Brett
there.
and Gene podcast.
Yeah.
What was that?
That's tequila.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were putting
Put
more
in
juice
some more. Put in some more.
juice.
There.
Jean,
Oh, thank you,
love
my
her.
friend.
I love her.
Gene, go to Stand Up Frank's if you want a
Oh, okay.
tasty beverage.
Even have a salt rim. I mean, this is next level. I'm coming next week, even if I'm not invited.
You're invited. I'll even
We could use the
dust.
studio audience. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll even
I'll
dust.
hang with Jean.
And I'll dust and vacuum.
Don't
Well,
do that.
well, yeah, we
I'm
will
fine.
have you on as many times as you want.
If
You
I
want to
ever-
hang out?
I'm in.
We have you.
If I ever have a day off because I have usually something going on,
Yeah.
and we need a co-host, you can.
Please,
my spot.
guys. Science? Of course. Sign
I mean, if you're serious,
I'm
you are
100%
totally.
Not only am I serious, maybe when we're done recording, I'll tell you something very crazy because I had a dream anyway.
Well, you can tell us.
Well, let's hear about the dreams.
No,
They're cool.
well, I do a podcast also, but it's not to the level that you guys do. And I always had a dream of a version because during COVID, during my live streams, people had to do live streams, you know.
Mhm.
Remember this time? And I would record a video of me making a cocktail and I'd say, make this cocktail while you watch my live stream.
Yeah.
And I loved making, I'm not like you, but I loved making the cocktail so much. I had this idea of making a podcast called, I can't tell you the name, but it doesn't matter because
Oh, yeah.
I can't do it now because you're doing exactly what my dream was to do it with it. Which would literally make a cocktail with a guest and then talk. Isn't that
That's
something?
but it
We're
is
at the bar.
it's a good
It's
idea.
So you guys you're doing great.
But
So-
what happened was
Patrick?
Patrick.
Yeah, I was doing some research, Miss Allie,
Yeah.
and I saw some of those videos from back in the day, and you actually made Mimi mimosas, or am I saying that right? Mimi mimosas?
Mimi
And then you
mimosas.
also made a quarantini, which I
I
thought was
did.
clever as F.
Oh my
Good
gosh,
stuff.
Patrick, I love you. Thank you. Yes, I did that.
So you'll be back making some quarantinis.
make-
You know what?
for
Well,
Hopefully
your-
we're never in quarantine
that?
again.
What's that
maybe
quarantine?
put you back there. And
Yep.
Oh my
right
gosh,
over
you
there.
guys, this sounds really fun.
Because we had a mixologist on. And I wasn't here
Yeah.
that time.
well,
I
I'm
missed
not
it.
that. But
back in the day when I worked at the Refuge downtown Minneapolis, we had Johnny Sunshine Robinson. He's not a bartender, he's a barman. He's one of those guys that mixes cocktails like a 5-star restaurant has a head chef and how they create stuff. He does the
here?
same thing. He was here.
Yeah,
That's the one. He made us an egg white
yes.
whiskey sour, which was like, I sucked that thing down. I'm like, give me another one.
yeah.
I'm like, he's like, you might want to slow down. No, bring it
Nope.
on. Keep it coming.
Nope, that's
So-
breakfast.
But yeah, it was an amazing cocktail, and of course, that's what a barman does. Now, I'm a bartender. I just throw stuff together and go, here, have another
This
one.
is great.
Yeah. So, but I always loved margaritas.
Me
For
too.
some reason, it's like,
What do you mean for
it's like,
some reason? How do you not love a margarita?
well, it's like, I'm not going to sit on the beach and sip down, pina coladas. That seems kind of
Well, that's a waste of
But-
stomach space.
exactly. So I like something that's got a little more, to the point that's still
Right.
refreshing. So a margarita always fits the bill.
Also, wouldn't you
So-
say that when you drink a margarita, I mean, I'll say Patrick, brown liquor, typically with men, I've noticed it brings them to a different place, a little bit lower. Maybe not you,
Oh, no, it does.
Okay.
but a margarita. Don't you agree,
Oh,
Stacy?
I was an MP and I used to arrest my friends all the time on Jack Daniels and stuff. They get all, Well, I was a bouncer for 10 years in
100%.
Minneapolis, and I was like, I know
But
what you're drinking.
margaritas, they're the happiest.
Yeah.
You feel the
Tequila.
happiest.
Tequila.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
tequila.
Which is funny because we always
Sorry,
talk
Patrick.
about Patrick and Stacy bouncing at the same place and not even
Where?
knowing it was
Tropics.
Tropic. And all of a sudden,
went there.
and all of a sudden they get on the podcast and like, you worked at I worked at Tropics. Did you? Oh my God. And it was-
1996.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
1992 too.
Yeah, 95.
I saw you guys there for
You guys
sure.
probably peed next to each other in the urinal. I
Probably.
didn't know it.
Probably. I was
The
there
guy
for sure.
nod in the bathroom.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We got to get somebody on here that wants a Wanderer's punch, though.
From the Nankin.
Remember that?
Come on.
Yeah.
You guys,
Now,
Yes. When I come back.
which is
We haven't
funny
even gotten
because
through it.
what made
yeah, she's
that
coming
drink-
back in a couple days.
Yeah. But what
Carl.
made
Yeah,
that
get the
Wanderers
mixologist back. They can collaborate. And,
Yeah, there you
she
go.
can make requests, and he can help her, and we'll
Yeah.
discover a new
Your
cocktail.
daughter,
I'm liking where this is going.
your daughter can go upstairs and play with the dogs.
She'll be great.
Yep.
She can move
So
in. It's
how-
fine.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
So how long have you had a child?
13 and a half
13
years.
and a half years.
Oh, wow.
How about that? Yeah.
Wow.
That's I'm hitting.
She's like
Wow.
a size 0.
I know. I'm hitting those years, aren't I?
You sure
Yeah.
are.
Well, which begs the case. It's like it's been that long and some
Oh,
since
that's
I've
good
actually
here. 13.
talk to you.
I know.
You know,
Oh
and-
yeah, long before that even. I
Right.
think.
Yeah. It was probably when I left TGI Fridays in like 1998
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
is probably the last time I've actually talked to, and I've watched you through the years.
Yeah,
and
with
kept up
social
with
media
your
we have.
social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
And and I've noticed a lot. I mean, it's like you have blossomed into an incredible artist.
Thank you, Brett.
and I remember when you
A
started.
talented dish.
Right, talented dish.
I'll never forget it.
But it was great because I remember when you were just starting to get into music and you were
Yeah.
kind of, should I do it or shouldn't? We're like,
Well, she
Wait,
was
wait,
at an
go
awkward
for it.
age.
Yeah.
But wait. Then she's coming down the road
Yeah.
and she sees where she was taken. Tell the story.
Yeah, I told you guys off air that I saw your guys' address. I'm like, gosh, I mean, I grew up over here, so it's not super weird that I recognized the road that you live on. And as I'm turning down into your neighborhood, it dawned on me that when I was started at 14 years old, I started voice lessons in this area.
Oh
You know,
my
we don't want to
God.
reveal where you guys are, but in your area was where I took voice lessons. And my mom used to have to drive me. And then once I got my license, I could drive myself. But I haven't been back here since then.
Wow.
I know.
That's so
14?
cool.
Yeah. Well, 19. I took them till I was 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you sing country music?
I
Or
sing
what-
everything, but probably my favorite genre to sing is country. And back when I knew you, people would say to me, you should sing country. And I hated country.
Did you really?
It wasn't, I mean, in my mind, 90s country to me is my favorite, but in the 90s, I wouldn't say that I was listening to it all the time, to be honest. But
Well, that was like pre Shania Twain. So you basically had like, it was a male dominated
it
industry. at that point,
totally,
right?
Yeah.
yes. But then once she came on the scene and stuff, but I really wanted to be a rock singer. I loved, do you remember Tina
You're
and
a
the
rock
B-Side?
star at heart.
Oh, yeah.
I know it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. Remember Tina and the B-Side?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'd go watch her shows and just look at her and think, I want to be that.
Yep.
I mean, I never was going to be because I don't have that style of voice, but I just love her. So that's where
You should
I mean,
sing us a ballad.
Let's see how many
Nothing like
margaritas
putting
I
you
have.
on the spot. But yeah, it's that genre. I remember that you were kind of testing the waters out
Yeah.
to see where you wanted to go, but you definitely wanted to sing. And
Yeah.
when you sang, I remember at the bar once we made you sing and you sang and we all were dumbfounded. We were like,
I did.
yes,
Yeah.
we had a
Stop it.
bunch of cocktails in you. and
And
it was like,
imagine, I was so
TGI
shy.
Friday.
it's a TGI Fridays had the square bar, and you
Oh.
come up the stairs, and you were like right in where the
I
bartenders go,
remember.
and we go. I go, you got to give us a song, and then you sing like 10 seconds worth, and everybody, the bar, like shut up.
Oh
Everybody
my
was like
God.
staring, going,
I don't even recognize that person
who
because
is
I
that?
was so shy. I would have never.
I know, and that was the whole thing.
Aw.
You said, "No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to." No,
I love
and we
that.
finally, and I can't remember. It was
Oh, I love the
She's
Rick
all like,
Astley.
never gonna give you.
I love that. I did not. I don't remember that.
it was
story.
one of your
I
friends
love
that worked there.
Jenny
Jenny,
Peterson.
yes, she was the one. She was like, no, just do it. And you went, and you kind of went, fine. And you gave it like 3 bars, and literally everybody was like,
Oh my gosh!
standing
that
there, water.
story.
I'm pouring water. It's coming out of the cup. And I'm like,
I love that story.
where did that come
I mean, it's a
from?
little embarrassing that I sang at TGI Fridays bar for a drink, but it also tracks.
No, but I mean, it was, what was
margarita.
cool about it. It's like everybody was like going, oh, what?
That's so nice.
That came out of Allie.
Aw.
I mean, it was pretty
That's
cool.
so
And after
nice.
that, it's like, yeah, she's gonna be doing
that's
this for a while.
so-
So
I love that story.
Did you do like high school
Yeah.
plays and like chorus?
Of course she did.
Yeah.
Church stuff, all that stuff. Did you do that
Yeah.
when you were growing up?
So I started singing in church. I actually started back then. I started contemporary service, which now is like basically Eagle Brook, like rock and roll churches. But at my little church, it was Lutheran church, and I started like contemporary songs, not the hymns. And I was young then, and then I was really active in theater. But then I just loved singing, and I didn't think, I don't know, I actually have a recording of myself when I was 12, and I was being interviewed by my friend, on one of those big
12?
Yeah.
Was that like one of those cassette player things?
Well, it was one of the big VHS recorders.
Jeez.
Oh, the
So
big-
we were
yeah.
like having fun,
The
like
big tape in there.
interviewing each other. And I have a recording of myself, and she says, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I said, "I'd really love to be a singer," which I can't believe I even thought that I could do that, So, and then, I don't know. I tell my daughter that story all the time because she's 13 now.
That's your inner spirit
yeah.
talking
I
to
know.
you.
Yeah.
That you knew, but you had to say it out loud to figure it out.
I think.
Yep.
Did your daughter sing?
My high school girlfriend was really into that, and she actually got was it McPhalen? Was that like the big singing? There was like
The
a
school?
Now that was
downtown Minneapolis.
McPhail.
Yeah,
McPhail.
McPhail,
McPhail.
yeah.
She would go and do that, but she was like in the plays and all that stuff. She had a great
Yeah.
voice too. So
That's where, you usually get your start that way. I mean, and I did all musical theaters and stuff, musical theater, and all through college, I did theater. And then I thought I was going to I actually majored in theater for a while, and I thought that's what I was going to do. And then I majored in English because,
Yeah.
gotta
Well,
try
how'd
to
you
find a
talk about that?
job.
We were
Because
going
English is
there.
English.
I'm just kidding.
because English is the
As
primary
English is English.
Because there could
primary
be a
language.
Well,
in
and
the
that's
USA.
kind of funny because I was really good in mathematics. So when I went to college the first time,
Yeah.
the first round,
Yep.
How is that?
I
I
know
met you
three
had
rounds of college.
like no money.
I know because I put all the money into college.
You had no money.
So,
You-
yeah, 'cause I would-
mathematics, you suck at it.
But I
College
was
is
good
a
at
good
mathematics,
place
but
to put
I
money
was
in.
going to do I was doing mass communications and I was doing screen print stuff. So I was going to do storyboard and commercial work,
Yeah.
doing behind the camera. That's what I wanted to do. But I was good at mathematics, which you have to be good at in terms of lighting and where the camera angles and everything else.
For sure.
But I was horrible at English. I mean, bad. In fact, I had an English teacher said, "Man, you should just drop out." Yeah.
Really? How are you bad at
And
English?
It was horrible. I couldn't. What's a comma?
Come on.
What's the dingling modifier?
What's the parentheses?
Later in life,
all I knew was
What's a
sports,
colon?
yeah.
I don't know what a colon is. I don't know.
Well, and I would think about it as like conjunction, junction, function, and that's how I, kind of remember it. So I got to get good at this. So I started taking English courses, and I got better. And then I started working in the creative writing center because my professor's like, you're terrible, so we're going to put you in here to teach other people.
You suck, Brett.
And I'm like, you want me to teach people how to write terribly? And my teacher, she goes, no, I want you to get in there so you learn how to do it correctly. And I was just like, oh crap. So I went, okay. And they paid like $5 an hour to do it. So
Great.
it was great back in like 1988. It was like, that's a lot of money.
Yep.
And it put it towards college and stuff. And I got a lot better. And
That's
I got
great.
so good at it that by my,
He started writing porn scripts.
yeah.
This always
Hard.
takes a dive, doesn't
It
it?
sure does. It goes right down there.
Right down the
Right to the
tubes.
bottom.
Wow.
That was quick.
It doesn't take long.
Yeah, Virgin, no. But I got so good at it that when I finished my bachelor's in criminal justice studies, they kept my my thesis to show other students that this is how you write, this is how you do it. And when I
Wait
got
a
my
minute.
master's,
She
when I
said
got my
that-
master's, yeah,
Follow-up question.
yeah,
You gotta-
sure.
Because you said mathematics, but then you said you were a criminal justice major.
Yep,
When did,
Well, that was the third time.
Yeah, my spare time. So
The
what
third time-
happened
third
was
time around.
my first time around, it was I was doing the mass communication stuff, and then I quit in '89. I came back home and kind of waited. So when I went back to school in 2005, I was talked into, oh, maybe you should become a police officer. And I'm like going, and I did a ride along with my brother, and I was like, who was a cop in St. Paul, and I went, yeah, I can do this. this is pretty cool. But I just had to go back and finish my degree, which was 1 year, and I finished it in a few months. So I finished it up, my bachelor's.
That's so cool.
But I had to do some extra classes for it, so I could do that.
Brett, we're supposed to be talking about Allie.
I know, but
We
this
will.
is fascinating.
But so
Jean's
what
like, I've heard it before.
She's heard it before. But so what I did was I did the I had to do a few classes to get my law enforcement certificate, and then I could get my bachelor's in criminal justice studies and law enforcement. Long story short, I did a specialization in criminal behavior. So my thesis for that was 84 pages long for a bachelor's, and then I used some of that when I did my master's, and I did a master's, and that was like 200 pages.
Brett.
So yeah.
Okay, time out. Have we ever talked about who my dad is?
No.
We have not, but
Who is
Do
he?
tell.
Do
Who's
you
your
know?
daddy and what does he do?
no.
Maybe we should.
We need to. Yes.
Please tell.
Yes.
Well, he's an attorney, but his name's Earl Grey.
Oh my God.
Shut
Are you serious?
Did he make the tea?
I know, right?
That
That's
guy?
his favorite. That's favorite.
Oh my God. This is
never knew
this
that?
is equivalent to Patrick and Stacy finding out they work together.
I
You
know.
never knew
Like,
that?
I never knew that.
Isn't that
Really?
No, but
what
Earl
kind of attorney
Earl
was-
Grey is
wait.
a huge name in law. Especially when it comes to court systems, very, very
and
big.
cops, by the way.
And cops, yes, very big name.
Yeah.
So
what kind of attorney was he? Was he a prosecutor or
He's a criminal defense attorney.
criminal defense? Okay.
Yep. But he also was on. So he just retired, which is crazy because he's been doing it forever and ever. But
Aw.
he was on. What it's called. I'm embarrassed. I'm not saying it right. But he was one of the lawyers that was on call for the police force, and
yep.
so he's represented a lot of police officers, including one of the officers of the Chauvin.
Right, and he
George
was
Floyd.
part of the MPPOA.
That's what I'm trying to say. Thank
and
you.
yeah,
Okay.
and he's just when it comes to
Wow.
there's plastic
Wow.
cards.
Yeah.
Like that you can't plastic cards that have the information, and he's one of the lawyers that answered the call.
Yes. Yeah.
He's like, hello?
Yeah.
Wait, you did what? Wait, what? You did what?
Yeah.
Does he go to the? Does he go? To,
That's him. That's exactly him.
does he go to the David Valentini
Don't
phase in-
say a
I know
Christmas party?
Valentini. I know Valentini
Does he go to
very
the Christmas
well.
Party?
Oh my God.
He has, but not recently.
I
So
go.
both of your parents are very successful.
I
Yeah.
mean, they are
Holy
very
shit.
in very different ways, of
Yes.
course. But
That's so cool.
yeah, that's so
awesome.
funny.
So
Did you
we-
ever use client attorney privilege with your dad,
Yes.
your mom, or something? Like, could you tell your dad, like, I totaled the car, but don't tell mom? And
Yes.
like,
Yes.
Patrick, you're such a
she said
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He can
So you
call
have
and
a
say,
kid
I'm
that-
hiring
that
you for my
knows-
attorney privilege right now, and
Yes.
then he has to keep it a secret, right?
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Which is funny. Did
I
you
was a
bring
conniving
Dad
teen, I would've done
$5 and said, "I'm retaining you as a lawyer, so you can't talk about this. Here's your NDA to."
No, he sent
sign."
her a
You
bill.
have no idea.
He said, he goes, no,
Wow.
I don't need your $5. I'm going to send you a bill for 500.
Oh,
Let's
gosh.
get Earl on. Let's get Earl on the show.
We need to
Lots
get
of
your
stories.
we
He
need to get your
absolutely-
dad on here
He would
because
love it.
you know
Would he?
me being a cop
No, yeah. He
and
would
being
love
in
it. Yeah.
in public safety for 17 years.
100%. That's
I would
crazy.
kill to have your dad on
Oh my
and
god.
you sitting next to him.
I
Well,
would love.
don't-
Actually, it'd be an honor for
Folks,
me.
you
This is
you
It
heard it
would.
here first.
Yeah, you hear
Yeah.
it. This is
It
a
would be
Who
an
you gonna
honor.
kill? I got
future
some
episode.
ideas.
Future
It would be an
episode coming
honor
up.
for me.
Yep.
I got lots of questions of him. No,
So I'm gonna change the subject once again.
that's fine.
I'm gonna change the subject once
Patrick.
again. I've been
Oh.
trying to get Scott Wenham on because he played for GB Layton, and we've been trying to get Brian on. As we do. So, how do you know Scott Wenham?
Okay, so I think it was 1999. One of the first bands. I had a bunch of little bands, and then the first like big band and only big band I ever was invited to be a part of was Martin Zellar.
Okay.
And you know, he's the Gear Daddies guy.
Yep.
But he at the time in the late 90s was doing, well, even before that, but he was doing a Neil Diamond tribute.
Yep.
And the female singer was moving out of state, and so they were looking for a new female singer. And Dan O'Gara of O'Gara's Bar suggested me because I was playing there sometimes, and so that was it. And then I auditioned for the band, and Scott Winham was in Martin Zellar's band, and that was in 1999.
Okay.
And now here we are. We're still in Martin Zellar's band together. We just did a show together on Saturday with Zellar. But then on Sunday, we also have two country bands together. So we're in Twang Time together. And then I have a band called Allie Gray's Country Jamboree, and Scott's the drummer in both. And he is one of my favorite people in the world. He's like the greatest guy.
Yes. And he was always one of the nicer older brothers because I was best friends with his younger brother.
Yeah.
And he was always cool. He was always nice. And we just loved to watch him play.
Younger brother?
No. You always older brothers. Every time I had friends that had older brothers, they'd always hate us, and stuff. So that was one of those things. But he was always a very cool older brother.
He's so cool.
He is such a nice guy.
He's a former Marine, you guys.
He's a former Marine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was the older brother that shot my younger brother in the ass with a BB gun.
Well, thank God it was a BB gun.
Accidentally. But
So you have to tell him I said hi.
I can't wait. And he'll come on for sure. He's got such great stories.
Oh,
and he's
I
played
love
with
David.
everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, he's the best
he has,
drummer.
yeah.
He is a metronome, but not a metronome of boredom. He's a metronome of perfection. And I tell him all the time, singing in front of him is like having your backbone upright.
I suppose,
like you just
yeah.
know
Yeah.
he's just got it, and you don't feel like you're without support at all. And he's a great singer.
So now I was also reading that you did like 200 shows a year.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
Thanks.
That's obviously more than every weekend. So
Yeah.
where are you playing nowadays?
Well, I feel like I have this like weird key to the Music City in female land, because I think, and this just happened this way. Okay. I pivoted when I was with Martin Zellar and still am. I always was like, I want an original band, because in the 90s, that was the thing. We all went and watched original music. Life has changed. Now it's all, I'm not proud of it, but it's all tribute acts and cover duos
And
or
not a whole lot of
solos.
country.
And not a whole lot. I mean, there are some really great country cover bands out there. But I've somehow have achieved in this life of doing music full time, I've been able to pick stuff where I've been able to continue to work full time the whole time.
Wow.
I know.
That's awesome.
But not even by like Martin Zellar can forever because he's Martin Zellar. But me, I'm in 7 projects, so I'm able to work a lot, right? Because I'm singing a bunch of different things, but then also after COVID, I already had this duo thing going, and that's unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, that's kind of the new thing of being able to work a lot, is if you're a solo or a duo.
Well,
Because
and
people aren't doing
you
full
have
bands.
to.
Yeah.
Even back in the day, like when I worked at TGI Fridays, I played with a guy that was from American Head Charge, which is Rick Rubin, American Records.
Yeah.
And then we did a full band, and we pulled in a drummer from, and these are metal bands, Blood of a Dying Covenant. But we did an acoustic set, the duo of us, and that's where you made your money.
Right.
We did full band stuff and couldn't pay anybody more than $5 a piece. Well,
That's just it.
Hey
That's
guys,
exactly
empty
it.
your pocket,
Yep.
because we owe the bartender a tab.
No, it's true. How many people you have on stage is how many people you have to pay.
Yep.
Yep.
And so I have, I basically have a small business. I have
Okay. And you
12
said you have
employees.
seven projects?
Yeah.
Tell us about your projects.
So I have my duo, which is Allie and Joe. Sometimes it's Allie and Kenny, depending. And then I have a group called Drunch, which essentially means drunk brunch. It's very fun.
That's what I was going to ask you. I couldn't
Very
wait. I'm
fun.
like, is Drunch drinking brunch,
Yes,
or
it
is
is.
it drunk brunch?
Well, it depends on how you show
Yeah.
up. That's
I
all.
saw that in one of the
No, it's
YouTube
all-
videos.
it's
I
not-
was going to ask you about Drunch, and so
Is that how you
we're gonna
leave?
Find out. Yeah,
Very
it's awesome.
fun.
That's how you show
For
up
the-
or how you leave?
Yeah, is it?
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah.
And then I have my Allie Gray's Country Jamboree, Twang Time. Both are country acts. I'm still singing with Martin Zeller.
Okay, that's 5.
Yeah, okay, are we there? Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Keeping
have
track.
Jimmy Buffett tribute act, which is
Oh,
Parrothead
what?
Paradise. I
What?
don't own that one, but I'm
Serious?
part of it.
Oh,
yes. That one's very fun.
boy.
You like Jimmy Buffett?
Love Jimmy Buffett.
I didn't know I did until I joined the band, and now I know I love him.
I have two of his books. So.
Who was the big act that covered Jimmy Buffett in Minnesota? Like, wasn't there?
Allie.
Wasn't there
I'm like Parrothead Paradise. Hello. No, I'm just kidding.
I had a high school friend. He would, in his 20s, he would go. I think to this day, I think he would go, but they would play at the Mall of America.
Really?
They'd play everywhere. I can't remember the name of the act, but it was a Jimmy Buffett tribute band.
No way.
And-
We swear to God, we thought we were one of the first ones. Can you imagine?
I'm gonna Google here. Hang on.
How can they call it Jimmy Buffett when it's actually Jimmy Buffet?
Buffet.
Well, it's not. There's
I
two
don't get it.
T's.
I don't get it.
There's two teams.
There's two T's, so it's
Two
Buffett.
T's.
Yeah.
But they're
Which is
silent.
funny
They're
because
silent,
when
right?
when I worked at TGI Fridays in Louisiana, I would go down there and work over the Mardi Gras. We went into one of the Margaritaville locations, and Jimmy Buffett happened to actually be there
That's
when he walked in.
badass. That's
And I
badass.
remember the bartender with me kept hitting me. He's like, Brett, that's Jimmy freaking Buffett. I'm like, and that guy's got like gray hair and bald. And he's like, no, that's Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
And sure shit, he turned around. I'm like, oh my God, it's Jimmy Buffett.
I mean, that's badass.
And he was there and actually got on stage because the band was there. We went there to see the band, and he played a couple songs, and we were like, and nobody, this is before cell phones, so you couldn't take pictures and nobody had a camera.
Did
It's
he
like,
play
Brett,
Margaritaville?
They played Margaritaville at Margaritaville. And the funny thing is, it's like going, Brett, where's your camera? I'm like, at the hotel.
Oh man.
So it's like
No
we
cell
didn't
phone.
have, no cell phone. So we, this is back then, but we saw him. I
That's
wanted to go up and
crazy.
say hi to him, but then he disappeared. And
No.
For sure.
so, yeah.
So, where do you play around here in Minnesota?
Yeah. So mostly with those 200 shows, a lot of that is restaurants, especially in the winter time with my duo. So I play a lot on the west side, which is at like Birch's on the Lake, the Narrows, Lord Fletcher's.
Oh, sure.
And
Oh, you know
It's hard
Chad
for me to
Nelson
remember.
out there at
I
the
do.
Fletcher's?
He's
I
my
went to high school
friend.
with
I
him.
love him. He's,
Oh, really?
I do.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just texts me about
He
booking
was-
shows.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a great guy.
Tell him Patrick Olson says
I'm
hi. He'll
going
probably say,
to.
oh, that loser.
No.
My buddy has a bar in Anoka called Casa Rio,
Casario.
and he has
Okay.
a cool stage just
I've
for
played there.
duos.
Yeah.
That'd be
I'm
awesome. His name is
also-
Mike Roden, and
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm also
Let's
that.
get you
I'll
on there.
play anywhere.
Yeah, let's get there. It's right next to Serum, so it's great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
We get, if you remember Tony Williams.
I know. I'm friends with him.
So you know Tony. Yeah, Tony's played down there. And the last time he's like,
guy.
you bad guys better come out here. And I had to work the next morning.
You're friends with Tony?
Oh, I've known Tony Williams and Patrick of I.
Tony sang at my wedding.
And I bartended at his wedding. And
At my
Tony
wedding.
and I actually drove to out in the sticks to watch them get
North
married.
Branch, Minnesota.
North Branch, so he could play for
North
it and I could bartend.
No
So,
way.
yeah, we did that.
He's
Yeah.
such a great
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Well, he
Yeah.
played there too.
Yeah. So, so Tony's like, can you come out? And we're like, it's in Anoka. Or as
I get it.
as Letterman said, Anaka.
So we're talking about music, and I
Yeah.
gotta be. We're gonna get serious here.
Okay. Oh, thanks.
Because I did the YouTube search, and one of them was called Love Letter, and then the other one, more specifically, you are talking about my sister, and I noticed they're both very heartfelt and sincere and pure songs. Are they true stories? And is a lot of your music based on, because like are you talking about your sister in that one song?
So Love Letter was so that was the first song on my last full album I did. I've done singles since then, but Love Letters was the album, and it was songs I wrote for people. And Love Letter particularly was for my best friend who passed away essentially from suicide. So yeah. So but I mean, I think about him all the time. We actually met in theater in college. We were best friends in the theater program, and he was in part of my wedding, my personal attendant, and he was just the best. So that song was about him. And then You're Talking About My Sister is interesting, which we don't really have to open this can of worms, but it's another interesting fact. My sister in 1984 converted to Islam. And so she's a converted Muslim. but we grew up Lutheran, and it's a crazy story. But that was 1984. So at the time, in my music career, you know, there was a lot of stuff going on after 9/11. And I, you know, this is not political, for goodness sakes. This is just about my sister.
Oh, good.
And there was a lot of stuff happening where she was, there was a lot of people saying bad things to her. Okay.
Of course.
And so I wrote this song about her. And then we actually did a music video, and it has like,
Yeah, I saw it. And there's pictures of, I was
Of
going to
us.
ask that too. Is that
Yeah,
her in the
that's
video?
her.
And pictures of you guys growing up? And all of
yes,
that?
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm not super political. I'm not good at like stances and causes, but that was my way of being on her side. That's it.
And I know a lot of people identify with music in different ways, but for me, it could be a metal song or it could be a gospel song, but I'm always keen to things that move me emotionally.
Yeah,
and
me
just
too.
listening to those two songs and watching the video before this, this podcast.
Well, that means a lot to me, Patrick.
But yeah, you know, and one of the things that I was looking on, because I've watched your career through YouTube a bit, and you know, Maren Morris,
That love her.
political stuff
Take-
aside,
okay, fine.
take the political stuff
Yes,
aside,
Yep.
is incredible. And I remember
Her voice, I
listening
love,
to her singing My Church, and I was just,
That's cool.
Lord, I said, God, this is awesome. What, you know, the power, it's got that kind of almost that bluesy kind of sound, that country blues sound to it, and it had just this kind of edge to it. And I remember going through YouTube, and you came up,
Oh yeah.
I threw that on. I'm like, oh my God, you're singing My Church.
Yeah, I love
And it was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, when it comes to, you know, who does a better job, I'm like going, I got to go with my girl.
Oh, that's sweet.
But it was awesome.
Thank
It was
you.
really awesome. And at that point, I looked at him like, yeah, you made good on what you wanted to do.
Thank you.
As far as me.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I just think it was great. And it was at that point that I reached out to you to get you on the show. After seeing that video, I was like,
that's
it's
awesome.
time. I got to get Allie on, because she's done it now.
Thank you.
To me,
Because,
watching
Allie,
that video.
you're very gifted.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you.
Talented
I
dish.
mean that.
I was going to ask, have you ever met Maren Morris or any? Is there anyone that you've played with or worked with or met that
I've never
has
met
really
her.
like been
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
I've never met her. I got to open back in the early days when I was trying to be a country star. I did go to Nashville for a year, but we don't really need to lean into that. But
I
when
like Nashville.
yeah, I love Nashville, but going there to try to make it is a whole different ball of wax.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But I opened. He's not even that big of a deal these days. But back in the early 2000s, James Otto, I opened for him. And my funny story about him is he had really long hair, and I opened for him, and I got on the stage, and there were fans blowing at me and like drying me out where I couldn't sing because he liked to have his hair flowing back. And I leaned over to move a fan, and his manager came up and said, "Don't touch James fans." I was like, okay, I won't do that. But yeah, I mean, then, and I mean, I got to do country fest early on in my career, and that was before I got on stage before Martina McBride. I got to meet her.
Wow.
And yeah, there's been some fun.
Who's your big influence in country music or in music?
Yeah. Okay.
And it burns. I
I mean, I love Johnny Cash. So female singers, I always, so probably my number one is Linda Ronstadt.
Wow. But she
Yeah.
was like the
Linda
first
Ross is
one that
great.
did took a rock attitude to country.
This
the
is
first
what I'm
one.
telling you, Brett.
Yes.
I told you. I wanted to be a rock singer, but I found Linda Ronstadt, and she has like a soft, like it's not soft. She's got a badass voice,
Yep.
but it's not Janis Joplin, who I love also,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have that grit. But it's Linda Ronstadt, who has a range of this
Yeah.
and is a pure voice, but she can sing rock. And so she's my complete idol.
I would
Yeah.
see that, because Linda Ronstadt was the first, you know, and I didn't know she was country. The first time I heard her, I'm like, wow, this is
Yeah.
my cousin Jimmy Wilson, God rest his soul, introduced me to Linda Ronstadt, and he threw it on. I'm like, God, it was right after, like, he's listening to like Leonard Skinner, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
Linda Ronstadt comes on. I'm like, who's that? And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
he's like the babe of rock.
Totally.
And I'm like, what?
Totally.
Oh yeah, she was hot.
And then pulled out the album. I'm like, yep.
Yeah,
that's
the
a babe.
album cover is.
I almost did one of those, what a swing.
Yeah, I know. I know.
no.
God, gross, Brett.
So
Come on.
Wayne's
Kinda true,
World.
though.
Yeah.
male country singer.
Yeah, but yeah.
Male country singers. I love George Strait. Chris Stapleton, of course, is
course.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
can.
he's like, I've never seen anyone in any, I mean, you could look at any Van Halen as being the best guitar player in the world, but if you're looking at an overall package,
Yeah.
there's no one better than Chris Stapleton. Period.
Johnny Cash.
Prince.
No, not even.
Prince is
well,
better. Prince is better.
Prince is on his
That's
own.
different.
but-
Clapton.
It's a
Eric
different-
Clapton
it's a
once-
different genre. You gotta say
Someone, a
this.
reporter once asked Eric Clapton,
I know that.
what is it like being the best guitar
Guitar player
in the world?
ever. And he said,
"Go
I don't know, ask Prince.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yep.
Yes.
I remember
I
that.
say that story all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it's true. That's what he said.
How was your margarita? Do you need? I think you need a little
mean, maybe
refresher.
I
there.
have
I think Brett
one.
needs to get
Yeah,
on.
I can
For
put
a
it on.
refresher too. So
Thanks for seeing me, Patrick.
No, I'm here to look out.
We're
for
I'm
never-
you.
talented. I'm a talented dish. I like it.
At least
That
he's
is-
looking out
when-
for
when
you. He
Patrick-
doesn't give
when
a two
Country
shits
venues in
about
Sacramento.
fucking.
Just saying, not saying.
I'm coming.
when Patrick says talented and anything after it, you know that.
Really?
Yeah, because
I'll take it even bit more as a compliment.
because you're talking about
he's
a
a
guy,
professional. He's a professional.
the guy that's been in the field, and
I know he
he's
has.
put
I
more
know.
local acts on the national map than I think that anybody realizes that Patrick was
Yeah.
the one that did that just by
I
bringing him on
partied
his
with
show.
Jack
yeah.
Osborne, Ozzy Osbourne's son.
Yeah,
so that's just, you
yeah.
I know who
it-
that
I
is.
know.
That's crazy.
So
that was all through 93X, correct? That's where you
Yeah,
were?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's
for
fun.
doing
And
that for local people.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
no, I did. Yeah, I did the local music show. So you have you got airplay? I was going to ask you about that too because I'm a radio guy. So have you,
Yeah, I
have you
have.
seen a lot of airplay? I know that you did an interview on Bob 106 or something. But
Well, I actually work on. Well, I'm not an employee, but I sub on their morning show a couple times a month as a morning
cool.
show guest. But they play my music quite a bit. I'm thankful for that. There's not a lot of well, there's none. There's actually no country stations that will play local artists except for Bob 106. I can say that
It is so sad.
without a
how
doubt.
The
Yeah.
country music industry in Minnesota, because I remember the country dance clubs. You know, we go
Yeah. Oh, the two-step
two-stepping
clubs.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Not anymore.
No. Well, there's some.
And two
What-
step.
yeah.
How many are left? How many are
I
left?
know.
Two step is me walking the line after I get pulled over.
yeah, Stacy, like
Maybe.
after Tropics became Cowboy, or did
Cowboys
Cowboy
was
become
Tropics,
Tropics?
yep.
Or-
Yep.
Yep.
So, but did Cowboy have that kind of stuff going on before Tropics? Or there
Cow-
wasn't really any venues in Minnesota.
No, but they just had the bull.
Was there?
That was the
had
the
a
bull.
bull.
What was the one in
Yeah.
the south? It was in Lakeville.
It was
or
the
from-
gold after the gold rush,
After
and
the
then it
gold
turned
rush.
into the rush.
Yeah, the rush. Yeah,
And they used to have two-step nights, and then
big place
for
too.
for 2 seconds, Gatlin Brothers or Gatlins in Mall of America, they used to have two-step nights. But I do a bunch of two-step nights now. Believe it or not, there's a bunch of venues that have. There's one in Lakeville called the Chart House.
Okay.
They do it, and then there's a place called Dance and Entertainment. They do it. Thank you.
Any place up here?
That's cool.
Dance and Entertainment. It's in Stillwater. That's not too far.
No.
And now, honestly, wherever, like I play at Newman's Bar in North St. Paul, and they don't have a big dance floor, but people still two-step. I mean, they just find a place. State Fair, they
Get
two-step.
up on a chair.
I play almost all the days
You
of the
know,
State Fair.
I think Anoka needs something like that. And
why are you guys hooked on Anoka?
Because
I know,
my
fuck
buddy
those.
my buddy bought a
No.
bar. I mean, a restaurant.
Okay,
He
fair
did,
enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
And so
sorry.
it's like right
Yep.
in there.
Schmoko's from Anoka.
And there's like you have a number of places right around there. It's got its crowd.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, I forgot the topper.
yeah.
So I played at the Lyric. It's the Lyric Arts Center out there. I
Mm-hmm.
think I've played there before. And then, but Anoka's, they don't have a ton. They haven't, at least as far as I've known, to have a ton of music venues. They have Serums, I know.
Well, they have the
Lyric Arts Center.
Wheelhouse right now. That's what's the nightclub?
Okay.
that's next door, and then they have dancing at across. I mean, so there's
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 opportunity
Yep.
is what we're
There's
saying.
opportunity.
There's opportunity. Listen, like I said,
Opportunity.
Because there's not as
I'm
many,
an opportunist.
there's not as many opportunities that we had back in the day to dance. And
I
that is
know.
the sad thing. And
I
I mean, because I
agree.
danced every night, everywhere.
Do you know
I
how to
Stacy,
two-step?
Can you really
I was-
actually
I-
dance?
Do you know how to two-step?
Did I
is
actually
my question.
dance? Did
My
I?
favorite.
He's Japanese.
Oh my
They're well
God,
known for-
Gene!
for
This guy
dancing.
danced all the time. When I met him, he was dancing, and then after that, it was like, "Where's Stacy?"
Dance.
The first place he would
Yeah, I
look was on the
I was-
dance floor, and he's
Yeah, I was.
probably better than that, but kind of.
Did you spin on your head?
I used to be a break dancer. I used to
You
do
were a
dancing.
break dancer?
Yes, I used to do these ballroom and Latin and freestyle dancing. Yeah.
Wow. Oops, sorry, I hit my
No, I remember when you did this Latin dance, and that's where I got this one. It's like there was a song going on. You hear the maracas, and
Well,
here's
that's how-
Stacy's out there
The
doing this.
Macarena?
And no, I mean it was like with the maracas,
Well, that's
doing
where-
this stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, what the?
Or living La Vida
No,
Loca.
yeah.
Well, that's where I met Mark Mysek. And that's
Yes.
where I went. Mark Mysek came up to me. He's like, "Dude, you're the best dancer I've ever seen in my life."
We are all living our best lives right now. Going back in history, everything great we've done.
You're coming over and we're dancing on the
big-
patio
Well, you
now.
remember, I was a big,
Prove
I
it,
was a big-
Stacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, prove it.
But I'm telling you, he was like, I mean, like there's good, and then there's like, holy shit.
Well, all right.
And he was somewhere in
Guess we're
between good and
two-stepping.
holy shit. It was like, wow.
So
I mean,
not only does he dance, but if you get in his way, he's gonna kick your fucking ass.
well, and that's the weird, and that's probably
Well, that's where
why
it
he
went
was
to,
such
yeah.
a good dancer, because he was
No,
an incredible martial artist. Now,
Is that how you guys met? That's what I was wondering.
we met actually when he was at the Mermaid,
Yeah.
when he was kind of dancing,
Meet
and then
me
we
at the
started
Mermaid,
talking.
Mermaid.
Yeah. Well, no, the martial arts, the martial arts evolved from dancing.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's kind of
Really?
funny because
You're really good, it sounds like.
yeah,
I'm
he
into
was
this.
an incredible dancer. And the thing is, it's like we came from two different martial arts worlds. I was in Chung Mu Kwan, which was a Korean style. Now I went into a different. I went into Subak Do.
blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Yes,
I'm listening.
and I'm a second degree black belt in Subak Do. But
That's crazy.
Stacy went into Kali and Muay Thai and
And Bruce-
Kali,
Bruce Lee's
and
Jeet Kune Do.
and Jeet Kune Do. And so he kind of did a different thing. And I keep telling people, it's like, you know, and I get asked,
Dance, yeah.
yeah, if you and Stacy
You should
fought,
see them
who
dance
would win?
together. It's like
And I'm like
That's a
going,
good
nobody, because I would be running the other way. Because
Really?
yes,
Because he'd kick your ass.
well,
That's what I
if he
heard.
got his hands on me, I would be in trouble. So I would.
That's
be
like a wrestler. I don't know. Patrick, are you a martial artist?
I am not actually.
Me
I
either.
Have a gun. I have
Oh,
a gun.
that's all you need. You're safe.
Yeah.
no,
You're
you don't
safe.
have to
Quick
be.
and simple.
You don't have
have
to be.
have any training. Just
Although
point
in
and shoot.
California, I don't know if it will be quick and simple
Wait,
after.
yeah, you're
but
right. I
No, you don't have to be a
supposed to
martial
report
artist.
it to the
Yeah.
authorities, but
There you go.
oops.
Uh,
So
Well,
Stacy,
that's
we
fair.
have to
Yeah.
give we have to plug Stacy's thing, and I know you have
Yep.
a 13 and a half year old daughter. I've
I
got
do.
10 and 12.
You do?
Almost 12 daughters.
Yep.
you
Yeah,
have
10 and
two
12.
daughters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aw.
they're sweet.
Believe it or not.
They're super
But
sweet.
I believe
Stacy-
it.
Part of his new business is he's got a website and he's going to do classes. So he also
Yep.
does. So if I was in Minnesota, I would take my daughters to a
Yep.
female self-defense
Self-defense.
class,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
Can
yeah.
I bring
So-
my daughter, the two of us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
I'm sure Stacy would give you a free lesson.
Well, you don't have to. I'll pay because that's your business. But I will tell you,
You
that.
will not pay. Hold on. What do you say?
Well-
But isn't
You will not pay.
but I think where she's about to say is, as a parent, I worry about my daughter.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
100%. But I'll also say that I've been doing this music business 200 gigs and I walk from bars to my car every night by myself.
Oh.
I hope nobody's watching this that wants to attack me.
We will
But-
not be telling people the,
Yeah.
the
That I
times
walk-
we'll
you
be
didn't
getting.
hear that.
I'll
And
just do
turn
you guys-
all the
I'll just
cameras
edit
off.
that for you guys.
My point is, like,
I'll do it private for you guys.
I will take it.
Yep.
Done.
Yes.
And I also,
You're all dead.
yeah.
And for those of the, this
I'm
is how
serious,
important
actually.
this
I'm
is.
totally serious.
He's never ever said he would give me a private.
Well,
Well,
he gave me
Stacy
one,
and I are
but
old
he was
friends.
a little handsy, if you know what I'm saying.
He never
I
gave
didn't,
me
I didn't
one.
like it.
Stacy never gave me one.
I'm in. Whatever I have to do, I'm totally in. That's
Well, let's
amazing.
We'll talk about this after.
all right. Perfect. We got lots to
Absolutely.
talk about.
Yeah,
after.
yeah. So, so your next, okay, so you still play,
Yes.
all
a lot.
around. Tell us some of the places that you play so we can kind of plug those.
I know. I
Yeah.
try to
And,
stay.
what's your
stuff.
favorite venue that you've ever done? Like, have you
Yeah.
played First Avenue?
Thank
Yes,
you.
one time,
Yeah.
but that was with Martin Zellar, and I have a photo of it blown up giant in my apartment in my bedroom because it was. I never want to forget that day. I wasn't. It wasn't my band, but Martin was playing Gear Daddies. Okay, and I was on the side. I got to go in the back because I knew him, and he was like, "Come up, come up here." And it was a sold out crowd. And I got up and I got to sing with him a couple of songs. And to me, that's singing at First Ave. Okay, guys? That's singing at First Ave.
Absolutely.
Especially at a sold out crowd.
Yes.
But that was a dream bucket list for sure. But my favorite venues growing up, it's not the same anymore, but I will never forget the Fine Line days.
Oh,
Those were my
those are great.
Oh.
Yeah, those were great.
Those
I
are my
love the
favorite.
Fine Line.
Yeah,
we
me
played
too.
there when I
It had
played
like
there.
a second level.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it had a vibe to it too. And
Yep.
you knew if you went to Fine Line on a Friday night, you were going to see something, or Saturday night.
Right.
Or even a
Well,
Sunday
and
night.
I
You were
think
gonna see
Brett's
something
about
great.
to say, like,
Yeah,
you-
we played there with the band I was
Yep.
in called These Days. People from American Head Charge and Blood of a Dying Covenant, but we were doing kind of our own stuff along with some covers. But the covers that we were doing our way, so it wasn't trying to cover
I did
Right.
the band.
my way.
But we did that, and we played on Friday night with I think it was 3 other bands, and we ended up last up. But
yeah.
we had the biggest crowd, but it was a lot of fun. But back then, if you got into the Fine Line,
Well, this
that
is what
kind of was
yes.
the defining
That's what she was
moment.
trying to say.
Yeah,
No, not even. But like, so I remember how they would do it. New band night was Tuesdays, and they would give you tickets
Yep.
that had your band name on it, and you would hand them out to your friends, and it would be a 3
Right.
band night,
Yep.
but it was a new band 3
Yep.
band night. And if your band brought in the most tickets that came in the door, then you got, I think, like a Thursday.
Right.
And then if that night you achieved a certain amount, then you got to open on a Friday or a Saturday for a band. And I got to do all that. And that was like, I love that. Like, I love they don't do that anymore, right? Like, you don't have to try anything. I mean, do you remember hanging up posters and
Yeah,
trying
absolutely.
to get people to your shows?
Right,
It's not
and
a
I remember
thing.
that. But the thing is, like back in the metal days of the early 2000s, when American Head Charge and
When
Black
Brett
Blood
had
Diesel-
hair.
and I had hair, but
They still
but
have a
the
good head of
bands there, they came out for the other bands. I remember when we played there, there must have been 100 people came through the door, and the people at the Fine Line were like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
But we all told everybody, we're playing, we need you to come in. I think it
Absolutely.
was a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And we filled the place.
That's
And they
that's magic.
all of a sudden the manager's behind the bar and say, oh my God.
yeah.
But
know.
but that's how we got onto a Friday night. After that,
100%.
it was
Yep. But you had to work for something,
Yeah.
Right.
right? It wasn't
And-
like YouTube views. It was working
Yep.
for a crowd.
right. And but the thing is, it's different nowadays. I think I don't know, because I haven't been out performing
Yeah.
like you have or you are
Yeah.
for many years now. But when we did it, there was kind of this coalesce
Yeah.
of different bands. So when a band was playing, you went out and you
saw
supported
them.
them.
Yeah,
And
I
you
know.
went in numbers.
Yeah.
And then when they played, you would go
Yeah.
out. When you played, they would go out. And
Yeah.
that was just kind of the
It's
Minneapolis
a different
thing.
time, though.
And
What
it was
was-
a
it's not
different,
the
it was
same.
completely different
Totally.
time.
What was the name
Like
of the
when we were
club?
talking to Wally in Skyline and his daughter, like they had
Yep.
they
I
would
watched.
flyer shows and they
Yeah.
had the glossy, they had
Yeah.
the quality, the flyers,
What was the name of the place
you
that
don't
was on
do that anymore.
394, right off Highway 100 that Rupert's Orchestra used to play at? What was the name of that place?
I think that was
Cooper
the
Theater?
It was called Rupert's.
Was it called Rupert?
Yeah,
That was
Rupert's,
Rupert.
right? It
Yeah.
was part of the Holiday Inn.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
but
right.
it was
Our-
called Rupert's, and their band then went off to be called R Factor.
okay.
Which they're still together, but it's not the same
Not the
members.
same,
You
yeah,
know, but that was the Rupert's band. R Factor is still playing. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
yeah.
And that was an incredible band.
The Rupert's
Oh,
Orchestra was
gosh.
fun to watch.
When I worked
Yeah.
at the TGI Fridays in Roseville, one of the waitresses was a singer in that band. I just
Really?
remember her name was Lisa. And she was like 4'9", 5 foot if she was wearing heels.
Yeah.
But the voice, I'm telling you, the voice that came out of her would
wonder
blow
if
your
that's-
hair back.
Do you think she's the same gal, Lisa, that went on to start Bella Diva, I wonder. We should look that up.
We should have to.
We will look that up.
Yeah, we'll look that up.
Yeah.
Because she's awesome. Lisa Palin is her name.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Well,
That is it. It's Lisa Palin. Yes, that's
she's
right.
she's incredible.
Is she
She
still-
owns Bella Diva, and it's a great act that travels all over the nation still.
Yep,
to this day.
she was a waitress.
Yeah.
At TGI Fridays, and it was funny because TGI Fridays cranked out. I mean, everybody who is a really good musician within the Twin City area. I don't know how they just started working at Fridays, but they did. I mean, it was incredible.
I'm going to do my radio voice here.
Okay, come on,
You're-
Patrick. Go, give us.
Bella Diva is a powerhouse with 25 years of experience, talent, and artistry. This dynamic 10-piece show band features an accomplished ensemble of singers and musicians who cover a wide variety of pop, R&B, rock, country, and disco. Bella Diva drives your event to the next level, creating captivating moments and unforgettable experiences.
I mean, we are
with
giving him
each
a
and
big
every one of
commercial.
your guests. Choose experience, choose epic, choose Bella Diva.
Okay, so now you have to do
gotta
one
have
for
Lisa Palin on now.
No, you have to do one for Allie here.
I know. I'm
Yes,
like, wait,
yes,
you're giving up my time.
yeah. Let's do
This is my time.
Yeah, let's do one for let's do one
I'm
for
just
Allie.
playing. I'm just playing. I'm just
We're
playing.
not.
I don't need it.
No, oh, we are.
I'm fine.
We are.
Show us about
The talented dish.
We
Go.
are.
That's
we
all I
are
need.
plugging the
She
shit
walks to her car alone
out
after
of
gigs.
you, Allie.
now. This is about Ellie. Shut the fuck up.
It's fine. I love Bella Diva. They're great. They're
They're-
He's
fantastic.
gonna be
I brought them up.
trained.
Well, but the thing is, here's what I really want to ask. It's like,
Okay.
what has been your favorite part of being a musician? Because
I love
you're
that
just not
question.
you being a singer and being a performer,
Yeah.
but being a musician, someone who writes music, someone who puts their heart and soul. What's been the favorite part?
I know what it is.
You
of
do?
that?
Okay, tell me, Jean.
It's when you're sitting on stage and you're sitting on the bar stool, spotlights on you, and you can't see anybody, and you're singing.
I love that's kind of true, but I'm so what sounds weird is I don't the attention part I kind of don't love as much, but you're right, a little bit. But what I got to tell a little quick story of what I learned that pivoted my whole career. And when I was with Martin Zellar, all I wanted to do was do original music and have fans come out and watch me. All right. So I'd watch him and he was just humble and he'd just sing his songs and he had a sold out crowd every night, of course, because he's the Gear Daddies.
Yep.
And I thought this is how it worked, right? You just write original music and people just like it and they show up. And that was it. You just come out and do your shows. Well, that's not really how it works, especially not for how it worked for me. Maybe just for me, it didn't work that way. And then I joined this little trio for a time called Two Hicks and a Chick.
I do remember that.
And that
Hicks and a
isn't that a
chick.
great is a great name
It
though,
sounds
right?
like a
I know.
threesome.
It does
That
sound
is a
like
great name.
You're absolutely right. It
Great
does
name.
sound like a little maybe like on Cinemax. But that said, what I learned, I was singing with a guy named Jeff Becker, who is still my dear friend. And I was so shy. And I that's what I mean. Like, I wasn't like, I loved to sing so much, but I never really loved the spotlight. I just loved to sing so much. And he'd say to me, come out and talk to people with me. Come out and talk to people. And I'd just stand next to him because I was so shy and nervous about that. And what I learned was the more I talked to people and developed friendships with people, that was how I reached people. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I already
Absolutely.
told you it was the spotlight on you. It was a spotlight on
It was opposite.
Let me ask you something.
But I think what she's saying,
I
I
need
think
to-
what she's saying, that spotlight gave you that presence,
It was-
that peace of mind, that where when the spotlight hits, everything else kind of fades away, and that
It was
you
like
are.
you're in a dark room.
I
and
just-
you're
yeah,
sitting
what
on
I-
a stool by yourself.
What I definitely want to say is that what I learned in that time frame playing with him and what changed my career, why people come to see me, which I'm so grateful for, is I developed, I believe, friendships with people, and they felt like this was a thing for us to do together, rather than I'm just singing at you. They come and we're friends.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
I love that.
And I believe that's what changed my whole career.
That's wow, that's
Yeah.
one of the most profound
That's a
things
different aspect.
I think I've ever heard coming out of a musician.
Yeah.
You know,
mean it.
and that's what I did. I was a professional musician for years, and you could see all the equipment, and I still play. One of the intros that I've did for the earlier episodes, I needed to come up with something that wasn't copyrighted. So I came up with this heavy kind of jam to it, and I'm like, now this is a bar. We need to come up with something else. So I talked to my good friend Dave Gorman, who's an incredible musician. I said, you need to come up with an Irish jig for me because I don't have time to do it.
Yeah.
And he goes, I got plenty of time. And I go, well, come up with an Irish jig. And he did. And that's now the intro for our show that Dave Gorman did. And he's an incredible musician, but he's like me. It's like, if you want me to play something technical, like Eddie Van Halen, I'll play something. It's going to be butchered, but it's going to be me.
Yeah.
I'll give you what you want, what you need. It may not be what you want, but I'll give you something. I can hack my way through something and it will sound great.
He does hack his
but
way.
but it's not going to be the original. It's going to be me. So
and I've met, and I appreciate what you just said, Allie, because I've met many a rock band, and singers especially, where they will quote in the trades or whatever, I write music for me, or I write music for us. If people like it, that's fucking great. But I don't owe anybody anything. And I'm like, I've met those guys and they're total douchebags.
Yes.
They don't get it. They might have that hit single, but God damn it, you don't want to hang out with them. You don't even want to meet them after you know them.
No.
It's like, God.
Well, that's cool that you do it too. Yeah.
Yeah. And that might work on the national stage. That makes complete sense. But I'm not trying to achieve national stage. What I really want is that if I'm playing at your local bar, that they want to come and say like, I love Allie. She's so nice. And I love to hear her sing, of course. But like, this is going to be a fun night because she's going to make me feel happy tonight. That's it. That's what it's about.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're very gifted.
So let me ask you something. The whole music career, okay, if you put it all in a big bubble, you entertain probably what percent is actually being on stage, right? Then you have another percent. You have a percent. Well, you have a percent that's going to be writing music.
Pineapple.
Okay, so how much is it writing music to all the other things? There's like marketing. There's all of those things.
I love this question so much. Okay, so let's take 100% of the pie. So 5% is performing.
Okay.
5%. I should be writing more, but that's, to me, the writing part's a hobby because nobody's gonna listen to it anyway. And I'm not saying that to be like down on my luck. That's just how my life is. But my 95% is business side.
Oh, okay.
100% booking, managing, taxes.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Well, you gotta live your life.
The business.
It's my business.
Yeah.
I answer every email within 5 minutes. Like it is not. A lot of musicians. Well, I'm not going to say a lot because that's not fair. I've heard rumors from other like bar owners or festival owners, because summertime it's all festivals. Whoever's trying to book the show, I hear about how musicians don't get back on time. To me, so I'm super type A musician.
Yep.
This is a business. It's my job. I got to pay bills. Truly. And I also love it, of course, but to me, the behind the scenes are doing the job, and that is answering my emails and asking for a raise.
So
that's why we love you.
As a new business owner,
Yeah.
I'm trying to navigate all the doing the social media, doing the website, doing all of these things all together.
Yes.
And do you still all do all those things by yourself?
All by myself.
Wow, that's
I don't
incredible.
have a booking agent. Never.
Okay.
I did it one
Well,
time.
after this podcast, you're going to have to get one. So,
No,
sorry.
never. I'll never give my money away to anyone.
But what's incredible to me,
I'll do it.
I love
I'll
my
do
money.
it, and I won't charge you.
Yeah. But what's incredible is that that's only a portion of your life because you're a mom.
Yeah.
You're a mom.
Yeah.
And you have to parent and you have to do all those things. Patrick's got 2 kids,
Yes.
which I know that takes up a lot of your brain and a lot of your worry and stuff.
Well, and I think it's important to mention, and this is not a ho-hum, but I am a single mom, newly, like in the last few years. And so that's been a transition in my life too. So that's changed my schedule also, where when I was married, my ex-husband was very supportive on whenever I had to work at night.
Sure.
So now I have to balance my schedule with my custody too.
Yeah.
And because I will not miss out on my time with her.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
all the more
'Cause
reason.
you're a full-time parent, like
Correct.
a week
Yep.
at a time or half a week at a time, whatever your arrangement is. But
Correct.
yeah, you have to like rearrange things like can't
Yeah.
because I have my daughters that night. Well,
exactly.
you know,
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
you're a shitty parent if you're like, oh,
And I would
I'm going to have my
inevitably-
daughters Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but
Yeah. Right.
I'm going to go out Thursday and Friday night and hire a sitter. Like that doesn't,
Yeah.
No,
No, I
no,
don't
no,
do
no,
that
no, no.
ever.
I don't do that either.
So what?
Oh my God.
So does your daughter influence any of your songs? Do you write?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. I wrote a song for her on Love Letters.
Okay.
And then she just, I don't know. I mean, like I said to you guys, she's 13. I'm well aware because I was a teenager too, that something might be coming down the pike of her changing
Yeah.
and being maybe.
As a teacher, I know exactly what you're
Yes,
talking about.
yeah. But so far, so good. And she's just my little best friend, but still I'm in charge. You know what I mean?
Good. So you're gonna have her do any
that's about to
dancing?
change. Like I hug my daughters a lot right now because I
I
know,
know.
they're 10 and 11,
Right?
and I know they're not going to look up to dad the same way in 2 years.
know.
It's going to be
It's
gone.
so
you know?
true. They're not going to ever want to hug us again.
I know. They're like,
Oh my God,
Mom,
Dad's got
can you-
this fake mohawk.
No, you're cool, Dad. I'm sure you're
can you
cool. Dad.
please
No,
drop
no.
me off at a block from the school?
No, I take them.
I'm
I
so
take 'em to
afraid for that.
school and no, I take them to school
Me too,
and
yeah.
I'll roll down all the windows and I'll play the song Regulators.
I
And
love
they
that.
They used to think it was funny, and now that they're like in fifth
Oh,
or
yeah.
fourth and sixth grade,
Now
they're
they're embarrassed.
like, no, knock it off.
You guys
And
ever?
so-
I cannot.
Well, the thing is, Patrick just got like the coolest thing happen to him for a parent ever who has
What?
ever been in radio.
What?
Uh-oh.
Patrick, what happened when your daughter asked to see
Oh.
a certain band?
Yeah. So my daughter, my youngest, is 10, and she's into Stranger Things, and I think that's where
Yep.
it came from. But,
Yep.
she's like, I'm taking her to her gymnastics, and she's like, Dad, can you put on Metallica, Master of Puppets? I'm like, yes.
Master of Puppets, mind you, one of the hardest
Oh,
Metallica.
next-
It's
100%.
And then the next Tuesday, she's like, Dad, can you take me to a Metallica concert? And I'm like, yes.
Your
I can."
dream come true.
Yeah. And then
And Patrick's going.
it's just like, she's like, Dad, can you color my hair purple? And I'm like, huh?
You're like, I do know how. I do know how.
the thing that Patrick hasn't.
And Patrick, can you color my hair purple and put glitter on it?
I'm like tearing up, just like, oh
Yeah,
my
but
God.
the one
so
thing that
Dad, can you
Patrick
give me a
hasn't
mohawk?
figured out yet is the boy that she likes in school
Has purple hair.
has purple hair and likes
it's gonna be
Metallica.
a-
So
yeah, it's gonna be a metalhead, which
My
is
da-
fine.
My daughter from Stranger Things. Sorry, I was looking at my daughter's text. That's all. I didn't mean to do that on camera. But
oh, go ahead. I
She-
mean, we're a family affair here. So.
You should FaceTime her.
maybe I will. But
No.
she knows that I always tell her, and Patrick, you might understand what I'm saying, but I have to learn because I'm doing cover songs. I learn a ton of songs in the car while I'm driving her. I'm like, sorry, we got to hear this song again. Sorry, we're playing it on repeat. And so she knows so many songs and like weird, like Merle Haggard and shit like that. I'm like, do you know how cool you're gonna be one day? Because you're gonna know so many weird
Great
songs,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so many songs that nobody's gonna know ever, and you're
And she's
gonna
gonna love it too.
Big
and
Bad
it will,
John.
and she'll remember exactly. And I'm like,
Big
I am
Bad-
giving you the greatest gift of your life. But she just from Stranger Things, she started
Yeah.
singing "Silver Springs" by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh
Silver,
my God, seriously?
Silver,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, when I
All
did
these
that,
shows
And I
are
literally
like-
was like, "Give me a hug." I was
mean,
so
Yeah.
proud of her.
I know, but you have to play it over and over. Gene would be like, going, "Oh my God, would you change the frickin' song?"
I know.
No, it's like Guardians of the Galaxy.
I have students. I have your guys' age students in the classroom all the time, and I see them when they walk in and they got like 9 Inch Nails. There's a kid today had a 9 Inch Nails shirt on. It's like,
I love that.
I know your parents.
Yes.
Well, I love
Right.
the best one
means-
in the world is the Iron Maiden T-shirt.
Yeah.
Because you see
Yeah.
the kid, it's like,
You're
you even know?
You're cool.
I mean, I had
know.
the
No,
most.
he was in a Disney park and
Yeah.
was confronted with what's his name?
Well,
What?
so I was probably 18 or 19 years old, and we were vacationing in Cocoa Beach, Florida.
I've been there.
So
There's a thing back in there.
we were at the Epcot Center,
I play in that band.
and I'm wearing this Iron Maiden shirt, and all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, and I turn around, look, and all of a sudden, this guy kind of looks at me, and goes, "Oi!" I turn around, look, and he goes, "Oi!" And I go, I didn't even know what "oi" means, but he goes, "Oi!"
Right.
He goes, "I play in that band,"
Stop.
and it was
Yes.
Bruce frickin' Dickinson.
Stop.
In line behind us at Epcot going to the
Stop.
Michael Jackson thing. Yes.
You're wearing my band shirt, mate.
I thought that is
Well, that's a
crazy.
great-
And they were playing in Orlando, and we were in
Shut
Orlando.
up.
Yeah, we were in Orlando.
And then his mom didn't let him go to the concert.
And so he's with some guy, and he's like, "Oh, you want to come to the show?" And I'm like going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then I go to my mom. I'm like going, "We can go." Mitch and I and my brother was young, and we can go to the show. And my mom's like, "Absolutely not." You
Yeah. That's a good mama.
So she said no, and
No.
into that. But I remember. I mean, that'll be something
I'm
that
just
sticks in
kidding.
my mind
Yeah.
forever.
He wouldn't have been a
Is-
cop.
Yeah.
He would have had front row center.
He would have been the other guy.
He would have been the other
Yeah.
guy.
But it's like that one time. It's just like, oh my god, it would have
Boy,
changed
I
my
play in
life.
that band, and you can have front row center.
Yeah.
And your mom went, no.
No, not nope. It's so, but it was really funny because I look over and this long, oi, and I literally looked over and there's hair everywhere, and I'm like, and all of a sudden he kind of does this thing, and I'm like,
I forgot that you were such a metal guy.
oh, I'm still a metal guy, but I still like
still
country.
like country music.
You
though.
I
not.
do.
Who is your favorite country?
Chris Stapleton.
That's your
is
guy?
My
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Period.
Are you
We
going
had-
to go in July when he's here?
I would love to.
You
I
should.
really would.
I just saw him with Janie Lane. It's just as long as he's not at the U.S. Bank Stadium. 'Cause
Well, that's a terrible venue.
It was a terrible venue.
In
It was a
general.
terrible venue.
If you go to US Bank, in my opinion, ever,
You gotta be
the
in the
only
front.
choice in the front on the low.
Yes.
You can't
You
be
gotta
No,
anywhere else.
I was on the
It's
side and I
awful.
was like, I didn't
Yeah,
hear anything.
it's a terrible venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sound.
Target Center
For
was
sound.
like that at first.
I
I,
just-
saw
I
Guns
agree.
N' Roses
I
at
agree.
Soundgarden in 1991 at Target Center.
Yeah,
When they
man.
just opened it. It was awful.
No, it's
But,
terrible sound at Target Center too.
We had a metal shop. Nick Davis was on a few weeks ago, and we worked together at 93X. So I was always like into rock music, and I just consumed what I played on the radio. Just kind of because that's where my lane was,
That's
and then I didn't
fine.
have
That's
any more
good.
bandwidth. I'd shut it off at I'd leave the station and just shut it off, and whatever. Didn't listen to music, but that was my world. And
yeah.
then I came out here. I did an alt station. I was a program director here, or assistant program director, and then I'm doing something different now. But what I found is I am so burnt out on every genre of rock music that I now listen to extreme metal or country.
Really?
And
Yeah.
if you would have told me 5 years ago that I'd be a country music fan, I would have told you
Pat,
All
no.
right. Who are you listening to then?
So I just love the story of Luke Combs. And if you don't
Me
know the
too.
story
Oh, yeah,
of Luke
it-
I
Combs,
love it too.
Yeah.
Go on.
he's
Go
a
on. Go
talented
on.
dude, but he
Yeah.
just started.
Yep.
He made a song and put it out on YouTube, and
Yep.
then boom, 12 labels are like, "Here's millions of dollars. Sign with us.
I
Sign
know.
with us. Sign with us. Sign with us." And but he
Yeah.
continues to just put it out. So
Yeah.
Luke Combs is my guy.
He's great
But,
too. Yeah.
I do love like the old school Merle Haggard and
too,
Johnny
yeah.
Cash
Yeah.
and my mom would play Linda Ronstadt.
Yay.
And she would also play like Willie Nelson
love.
and all Roberta Flack and shit when
Yes.
she was cleaning the house back in the day. And I was like,
When she was clean and in the house back
killing
then.
me
Hopefully
softly.
Hopefully
I mean,
both.
The kids today don't even know that was
Yep.
the version they hear of Killing Me Softly today is
Yep.
not
Not
how
the
it
one.
went.
Nope. You're right. You're
There's a real
exactly
one
right.
that's much better.
Way
But, yeah.
better.
But I think
But yeah, so
I think you're right.
I'm into,
Absolutely.
I-
Go ahead.
I'm
sorry.
no, so I'm like into Luke Combs and the Florida Georgia line stuff. I kind of like the poppy and the rocky.
That's good. Yeah.
I was
me
going to
too.
ask, do you know who Jake Rose is? Do you know Jake?
No. Who's that? Should I
Oh.
look him up? Is he
Yeah,
country
sure.
guy? Done.
So he's a Minnesota kid that was in a band called New Medicine, and they
Okay.
got signed to a label, Atlantic Records, and they were a big rock band in like 2005 to 2015, and then he flipped the switch and he started his own solo country project, which was amazing. He writes amazing songs. I've never seen him get to where he needs to go.
Yeah.
But now he's back doing New Medicine stuff, but he's just a talented songwriter, singer. But yeah, look up Jake
I will.
Rose.
I will.
And he's got videos on YouTube, and he's from somewhere like Delano or somewhere western
Delano.
Egypt.
western suburb
Yeah,
of Minneapolis.
BFE.
But yeah, no, he's a really talented guy.
I
He can
love
do-
Delano,
he can
by
do
the
rock,
way.
Delano's
country.
great.
I really
It's awesome.
love Delano. I played a place called. I will look him up. I love hearing about people, especially from Minnesota. I'm terrible because I work every gig night, so I never get to go out and see local music. Except I want to plug my favorite band,
Let's hear it.
What is it?
local band. You might know them because you're a rocker. Have you seen them pesky kids?
I love them. You know why? You know why I love them
obsessed
pesky
with
kids? Because
I mean,
they were
they're fucking
because
amazing.
they were touched.
I know they
They
were.
were touched.
I know they were.
Should we get it on?
And
Should we get
it's,
them on?
here's the funny thing.
If you have them on, I'm telling you right now, if you guys have those guys on here, if you don't let me sit just in that chair, I just want to sit there.
You're going to be running the show. I'm serious.
I'm
so
obsessed with that's if I get a night off and them pesky kids are playing, I am front row dancing the whole time. Are they not insane?
they're insane. I've got some
They're
touch.
so good.
After the show, I have some touched stories
Oh my
for
god.
you.
I love them.
Okay,
So-
just don't wreck the drywall.
Okay, but I did just say to Patrick, I'm going to look up this guy because I love learning about Minnesota musicians. I love it because I just never have time to see new
What's
people.
what's the farthest north you go, and what's the farthest east and west?
I will go anywhere.
Do you go like how far? Do you go up to Elk River and
Yeah. Oh, I
and
play in
St. Cloud and
Otsego. I'm actually in Otsego on Friday, which is Elk River. It's pretty much the same.
sure.
But I mean, I just the coldest weekend we had, I was in Detroit Lakes, which
Oh, wow.
was bananas because it was 50 below.
Wow.
So I'll go, yeah. But I even travel nationally too, like on a plane. Like I'll go, yeah. Yeah.
Like snakes on a plane.
Yeah. Nope, I'll
crazy.
never do that.
Nope.
But I will go wherever.
So
Yeah.
around the United States or wherever you played, what was and as Patrick asked earlier, what was your favorite place you've ever played?
Well, First Ave for sure, like I said. And then Fine Line has always been, for me, I'll never, those old days, I don't know if it's ever going to be the same what it
never gonna be the
was.
same.
I hope, but it probably won't be. 400 Bar, loved 400 Bar.
Oh, 400 was
It
up.
was so fun, but I will tell you, I got my start, and I will always be grateful for O'Gara's in St. Paul.
Of course.
They're closed, of
I'm
course,
so sad
and gone.
that closed. That was such a cool place.
I know it was. I will have my favorite memories there, and I'm still close with Dan O'Gara and his family, and I still play at the State Fair at their location.
Okay, sure.
Also,
So I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna
Please do.
you don't have to look it up.
Okay.
Check this out. So I think I have the ability to share my screen.
I love
Let
it.
me know
Oh my
when you
God.
See this?
Okay.
Here we go. So this is a song called Sleeves, and it's about his tattoos, and he's telling a story about how he's got tattoos of like his grandfather
kid?
and
the guy you're telling me about.
It's my love, it's our love, it's the people. It's the lesson that I've learned that ain't never coming out. Don't let you think this big good morning scared me. Twice there, why I wear my heart on my sleeves.
Oh, that's so clever. His lyrics, they're very
Wow.
clever. Nice. Good
But yeah, you
job,
can watch
guy.
the whole song. It's really it's awesome.
Yeah, I can imagine he's just sitting there looking at his arm and going, God, I should write a song about it.
Heart on my sleeve. That's genius. When you got sleeve tattoos, that's actually country genius.
Or wait, or middle of the night after some, Jack Daniels or Jim Beam is like
Yep.
writing it
Allie,
on
any,
the arm.
liquor.
and-
any tattoos?
Brown liquor. No.
No.
My dad always said,
You don't
I'm
need-
sure.
you
do we
don't
have-
need any.
Do we have tattoos in the room?
I have
Yeah.
no tattoos.
Gene and I
I
have
have zero
matching
tattoos.
tattoos.
Well, that's
on-
romantic.
Yep.
But my dad always
really.
said, you don't put bumper stickers on a Corvette.
Yeah,
is what he
True. That's
There you go. I love that. I love that.
And I fell into that. But I will tell you, if my daughter, Patrick, you might agree. My daughter, if she ever says one day, Mom, let's get matching tattoos, I'll be like, oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's a different.
I know,
That
I know.
would be a
It's like
different
a
story.
bonding thing.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, my ex-wife has a tattoo, and
Of your
I was
name?
thinking about getting one too. It's actually, it says Patrick, and it's got the circle
With the red line through it.
Line through it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
My ex might have that one too. Not of you.
So now, where are you playing next?
Tomorrow at a little place called Quinny's in Matamita. Like I said, I just,
Okay.
you know,
I know.
but I love
I'm
Quinny's.
booking
And
a flight
for
right now.
next week, where are you playing next
Friday,
week?
Saturday.
Okay,
I'm
next
putting you on the
week,
spot.
I'll
but
take it. Is it okay if I look at my
Absolutely,
calendar?
please do.
All
Let's
right.
let the people know that
I
you're
would
watching where you're
appreciate
going
that.
to be at.
Okay. Okay.
And we again, it's like, you know, for anyone that loves music and loves kind of that feel that you get from a local bar with a local musician.
Yeah.
Allie Gray
That's so sweet. Thank you.
is the person that you want to see. I kid you not. And I remember I saw you. I wasn't able to talk to you, but I saw you at that restaurant that was in Moore Lake, right in Fridley. You were playing there once, and
I believe you.
yeah, and it was quite awesome. But for anybody who
Scooter.
wants to see a really cool show, something
Thank
that's
you.
intimate, again, not, you know, to the big stadium stuff, that
Right.
it's a person that's equally as talented. You got this gal right here that you're going to want to see. And
Thank
where
you.
you're going to, what's your calendar looking
So
like?
as of now, Wednesday might change, but Wednesday I'm at the Chart House in Lakeville. But for sure on Friday I'm at Birches on the Lake, which is
And what dates are those?
Friday the 20th.
sorry, Wednesday the 25th is at the Chart House in Lakeville. That might change. So don't hold me to that one. But the 27th, I'm at Birches on the Lake. The 28th, I'm at the Mudroom. Okay, the Mudroom is in Mendota Heights. It's in the basement of Lucky's 13 in Mendota Heights.
Wow.
I will tell you something. It's a special place. If you want a romantic night, it's a beautiful place. But I play all the time. So I'd love you to come see me.
And
If
Mike
you're
Roden,
out there, we'll be best friends.
We're gonna get her at Casa Rio. This talented
I'll be
dish.
there
yeah.
too.
This talented
Yes.
dish, as
That's what
Patrick would say.
I'm a talented dish. Listen, that's amazing. I might just
You know what? You
a handle.
need to steal that handle.
That is the
Talented dish.
That is
You
your
heard it
next
here
album.
first.
The next album.
Talented dish.
You name it. Next album is called Talented
I'm very
Dish.
humbled by this. I mean, I
Come on.
loved
You know
it.
what?
I did. I
You know
love
what?
it.
I'll
I love
stop drinking and I'll drive you myself.
Don't stop drinking ever, Gene. No, don't.
I can't drink
she
and
won't.
drive.
She
can't
won't.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Patrick, shut the fuck up. I can't drink and drive, but I will chauffeur her.
Yeah.
All right, and then don't forget if you have them pesky kids on, you gotta drive.
Yeah, I'll
be a super
I'll
fan.
definitely hit those guys up.
be
Back in
so
the day when
shy.
they were touched, I'm
I'm
gonna
a-
tell you some stories
I'm
about that.
obsessed with
You're
them.
so humble.
They're awesome.
Oh.
so
But what I want to ask you
Okay.
is, can we? Do you have some songs that you
Yeah.
would like me to put on the end of the podcast?
I would love
for
that.
people to hear
Yeah.
and to go to your website. And your
Yes.
website is what?
AllieGray.com, which Allie is ALIGRAY, AllieGray.com, and all my shows are on there and songs. And I would be honored if you play. My most recent single was in 2023, and it's called "I Gave It All to You," and it's my new favorite. So,
And we're absolutely going to put that on
Thank
the
you.
end of the
Absolutely.
podcast. So people
thank you guys
stay,
so much.
Don't
This was so fun.
don't swipe left. Don't.
Did I just get a
listen.
job? Was this a job interview?
And I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. We would love to have you
I'd be
on
honored.
as a guest host.
I love it.
Whenever you want,
Anytime, you
whenever
guys.
you can.
I'd be honored.
We would love to have you.
You're a very, very, very
we-
fun guest.
Yes.
Thank
We
you guys so
we have a lot of fun here.
Thank
and,
you. This
and
is so fun.
So, and make sure you hit the like button, you hit share, and please subscribe. And we will see
And
you
listen
next
for at
week.
least 8 minutes.
Yeah. So we will see you again next week. Thank you for joining us. And Allie, thank you for being on our show.
It's been my honor, for real.
So
For real, it's been my honor.
She's
Again.
sweetheart.
we will see you next week for another show. Folks, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again.
We were so young, I knew right